BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Welcome along, everyone, to ALR Bronze. This is the first race of the season, seven. Then we are about to get underway in just a jiffy. Then we are here in Silverstone, then in Northamptonshire, or something along those lines. Anyway, all we know is it's in the UK. Well, all I know is it's in the UK. And yes, round one out of 18. Then, and of course, we'll take a look at the runners and riders for this season in Bronze, then, which looks like this. Then, of course, it's Cassell and Duncan Dave. Duncan Dave not well, I don't think tonight, so we got a super sub in for Duncan David. Rocket Lee, who's been a part of the streams all week long, which has been fantastic, hasn't it? I'm looking forward to see what Rocket Lee can do alongside Jake the Slayer, who potentially could be in those push for the promotion places this season. McLaren have got Smithy Almighty retained from last season, along with Brooksy, who showed flash the speed last season. Has he got the consistency? Mercedes team, then they got two drivers then who will be adamant for points, but I'm not sure if they'll be pushing the promotion spots, but potentially top 10 material in the form of Vintage and Scooby Stew. We have got Kaz and Marsky in the Alfa Romeo then. What will they be aiming for this season? Great to see Kaz back in the car then. Marsky, then, of course, has been a winner in bronze. Has been the winner bronze twice, hasn't he? Oh, I got indigestion. Then the Alpine team, we got Styles and Kiki. Kiki, that really showed a flash of brilliance last season towards the end of the season. Kiki surely pushing for promotion. And Styles, can he get rid of that horrific second half of the season last season after a very good start in the opening stages? Then Alpha Taradex with Cirrus Mushroom and Moving Ninja. And of course, two drivers and two drivers and who certainly are a part of the streams more often than not. They'd ever driving the AlphaTauri this season. What is Mushroom aiming for then? I reckon he'd be aiming for promotion surely. What can Moomin do in his first full-time seat then in the AlphaTauri? Haas Carney got some sick as much. He was superb towards the end of last season then. And Swanshank said unfortunately didn't get a top 10 finish at all last season, so hopefully he could get something. Hopefully he could get a top 10 spot this season then. More than 1 point then. And then the Williams team then, potentially the Constructors Champions we're looking at here with Jay Higgs and alongside Winnie. Then Winnie, who doesn't look like that he's in at the moment, and unfortunately he's got an update to do. Jay Higgs surely is a championship favourite after his incredible performances last season. And then, of course, Dynamo Dan and FIFA Beefy. FIFA Beefy returning to action in the Aston Martin car. He did apply his trade more often than not in the Silver Championship, whilst Dynamo Dan then had a bit of an up and down season last season, then, but great to see him back in the car and hopefully having a full season as well. Then I'm ready for it when you're ready, my good sir. Right then, of course, there is Silverstone at 18 turns around this at course, and hang on a minute. Oh, my nose has really got blocked up all of a sudden. I think I got a bit of man flu. Right then, yeah, 19 drivers. Hopefully, hopefully we'll have 20 and just a different Rocket Lee. Let's put on the show then. Good luck bronze from Gordo as well. And also, good luck bronze then for season 7 then. And of course, yes, indeed, then season 7 then. And I would say potentially the championship is wide open there, is there? I do think Jay Hings is the favourite from the outset, I would say. But having said that, remember what happened yesterday then. It was an incredible race yesterday. Hats off to the Ferrari team of Glocks, who I keep calling Magic, and of course Craig R. Craig R, what a performance in qualifying. I was absolutely devastated when Craig R had issues in the race. He deserved a top 10 finish at the very least. Craig R did yesterday. And Magic saying with just a couple of Glocks, just a couple of quarters, a couple of laps before the end, unfortunately had issues there, which left the way for the Haas team to get a 1-2. Then of course Nigel hoping to become the first ever driver to win 2 championships in silver, which should be quite a mean feat then. But there's a long way to go. 17 races still, albeit one of the shorter races of one of the shorter seasons, I should say, in ALR history. And of course, the shortest season ever in ALR was actually season 1, and for season 10 we got a short season as well. Then what a way to mark the 10th season anniversary then. Right then. Movement and ALR Bronze, let's go. Hi, everyone. Good luck and hello, Sean. Hello to you, Movement. Yo, from Slayer as well, then, of course. Hopefully, your headset's on the right way round tonight, then. I think it is, to be honest. But having said that, it is quite a long way away from my mouth, mainly because I don't want to, like, I don't want you to hear me going breathing like Darth Vader, then. Right, then, let's get on with the show, or we should, but there's no cars out on the circuit, then. Of course, qualifying, then, this is just a not a one-shot qualifying. I'd love to have a one-shot qualifying. However, only if we can see every car go round one at a time, but it'd probably be quite boring for the drivers. But for me, it'd be fantastic because I'd love to see all the drivers in their individual skill. And, well, of course, F1 did one-shot qualifying between 2003 and 5, I believe. They had that horrible aggregate, didn't they, in 2005, didn't they, to begin with, before they went back to the simple version in the Nürburgring, didn't they? But I quite like the single shot qualifying. I don't think it's very popular though, but I liked it because it was quite cool to see the Minardis and Minardis, Toyotas, and everyone like that out on circuit, and really just it was quite cool to just see the drivers there in their element, kind of thing. Well, it's quite cool to see their drivers really tackle it and add a bit of a showcase in there. Here comes Jay Hings, and surely the championship favourite for me. That I don't have put a commentator's curse on it, but I do feel that Jay Hings is gonna be a strong contender for the championship this season, and he will be driving in the Williams machine then for this season, as coming down at the Wellington Straight as well. Yamakovic, I think that's how you pronounce the Mercedes driver, but making their debut tonight then, so looking forward to see what Yamakovic can do then, as I did practice his name before the start of the event then, but unfortunately that was about 10 minutes ago before I went and had some food. Sickers Muckner on the medium tyres, and we got Kiki on the softs, Casal soft there, along with Marsky and Brooksy. Everyone else is in the pits at the moment. Then just on board, Jay Hings going through Maggots, Beckett's, and through into Chaffel, and Higgs is off the circuit. He has spun the car, and luckily there's a bit of grass there, but I don't think the grounds gentlemen are going to be too keen about Jay Hings having a spin there, unfortunately. And but no harm, no foul then from the Williams garage anyway. But I feel that Williams would not be liking that opening attempt there from Jay Higgs, who was a part of the Ferrari constructors team that won the constructors championship last season. And why have we got a lobby restart? That's not good, is it? Luckily we haven't really got much. I haven't really got. I don't think the drivers are going to be too concerned because, to be honest, we haven't just started. We've only just started this, but not ideal at all. Then, right. Evening, Brabbit, and I'm here to support my mushroom friend. That's great to hear that. And team. And team, you know what, Sean knows. I don't want to annoy him before qualifying. Of course, I mean that's Moomin's teammate then, in the form of Serious Mushroom then. And Serious Mushroom, I think, will be taking qualifying this year, which is fantastic stuff indeed then. I don't know why it's a lobby restart. To be honest, I could read the Discord, but but I can't be bothered. So if someone could tell me, that'd be fantastic. Right then, so a lobby restart then. So we got a bit of a delay in the session now. Good old F1. I must admit, I am very, very, very. I was very unhappy last night in the I'm a very unhappy man. Ever since I've turned 35, I must admit, I haven't even turned 35 yet. Like, goodness gracious me. But I must admit, I'm getting a bit grumpy. But one thing I was very unhappy with last night was King being basically his opportunity to have a really good start to the season was stolen from him because I think he dropped out of the session, didn't he? And then unfortunately, his car the AI decided to jump the start, and then unfortunately, then just parked it in the middle of the road and got himself retired. Then, so that's really good stuff indeed, isn't it? You would have thought that would be sorted out by now. But yeah, I was really upset for King, to be fair, because King second on the grid, that he was robbed of a podium, maybe even a win last night as well. Of course, Haas took a 1-2 victory last night, didn't they? Which is really good stuff indeed. That a lot of surprises so far over the past couple of days, and Ferrari for me have been the surprise. Troy, absolutely a champion from 2 years ago. Of course, the first ever champion of the ground effect era in Formula One. And unfortunately, um, he had an absolutely appalling race, didn't he? Tory just had no pace around Silverstone on Sunday. And then on to last night, we had two Ferraris absolutely blitzing the circuit there and could have and should have won, to be fair. We had a 1-2 for the Haas team, who were basically a Ferrari B team these days. But judging from judging what Gene Haas has been saying in the media, which is a bit worrying, isn't it? They really don't want B teams in Formula One. There we go. Maybe they should get Andretti in. But of course, yeah. But in terms of the Ferrari themselves, it was incredible from the Ferrari Craig R and of course Glocks as well. Brilliant drives indeed from both those two. In terms of qualifying, race trim didn't go too well at all. Glitch with the cam cockpit or something like that. Sure. Good stuff indeed. Then it's because everyone's stuck in cockpit view. Were they really? And fastback, baby. You can tell that fastback, can't you? Because we had a problem with the lobby, didn't we? Laugh out loud. That's too honest. That is quite funny, isn't it? I like it probably isn't funny at all, is it? But I'd probably have been absolutely fuming if I was stuck in cockpit cam. But maybe we should have a league, shouldn't we, of just having cockpit cam? That would have been quite interesting indeed. Then, as you can see, then and also restart so Farf could put the rain on. Then, yeah, unfortunately, when Farf does host, we seem to have a lot of rain. I don't think we've had any rain at all, have we, over the past 2 days? It's been absolutely beautiful sunshine here in Silverstone. Um, and I would prefer it to be a dry race, to be honest. Of course, as we can really see the form book, can't we, of what is going to be happening this season. Then, as my headsets begin to fall off, which isn't ideal, is it? Of course, in terms of, we got the form book in terms of where teams are in the pit lane. Of course, Ferrari, the defending constructors champions, going into this season with Slayer and the debutant Rocket Leo. Unfortunately, I've also spelled his name wrong on my spreadsheet, which is shocking behavior. I forgot to put the ZO, so shocking stuff. I'll have to get that sorted. But of course, Rocket Leader and pressure right from the get-go, and driving for the defending constructors champions. Alfa Romeo, of course, very sad to say, but it's going to be the last season we're going to see Alfa Romeo on an ALR grid for the foreseeable future. I'm absolutely devastated by. Before we call themselves Steak F1 or Kick F1, depending where we are in the world. But make the most of the Alfa Romeo, make the most of the Alfa Romeo team for ALR this season. And of course, the Williams team will throw in the constructors with Jay Hinks and Winnie there, who will be leading the line for the famous English team. Then Red Bull were fourth in the constructors last season. They got Duncan, Dave, and Casal as the regular drivers. Mercedes with Vintage and Scooby Stew. Then what can they do then? I reckon that team could spring a surprise. AlphaTauri, of course, the serious motion and movement. That'll be the last time we have the AlphaTauri name on the grid as well, before they call themselves Racing Bulls potentially. Hopefully something a bit better than that. I quite like Boss Racing, to be honest, but maybe I'm the only one. Alpine then, of course, was next on the grid then with Kiki and Styles, Sick and Smoke in the Haas team, along with Swan Shanks, and then the McLaren F1 team with Brooksy and Smith Almighty. Aston Martin was 10th in the constructors last season then. Duncan Dave, good luck, guys. Missing you, Duncan Dave. Hopefully you're back in action in Austria in a week's time then. As we now get Graham, then of course Moon's asked if it's an option for the wet weather. Then, well, at the moment it's certainly not then, because look at that, it's beautiful skies out there at the moment. And of course, if anyone is if anyone's decided to go sunbathing, I wouldn't blame them at all then. But I must say I wouldn't do it this time of year. Having said that, because if you go outside, you will probably catch a frostbite rather than catch any rays. My word, then I must admit, even a ginger like myself would probably not want to not want to go out in that cold. Then goodness gracious me, it's pretty nippy this morning as well. Unfortunately, we still got no Winnie, unfortunately, which I was hoping that potentially, because of the lobby restart, would have allowed him to get onto the grid. But that's a shame. I've never, of course, if you just joined us, we had an issue where all drivers were stuck in cockpit mode, or cockpit cam view, which would have, I must admit, I reckon we should have carried on, to be honest. That would have been quite interesting, wouldn't it? I do think, though, it might have been carnage there, because having said that, it's probably quite hard to drive in cockpit unless you're really used to it. A lot of drivers do drive on on T Cam, I believe. I don't think we got any chase cam drivers. I must admit, I used to be a chase cam man. Way back when I first started playing F1 was back in the F1 95 game, which I actually cracked open the other day, and forgotten how legendary it was. Of course, I do love the older F1 games. Of course, back when we had 13 teams on the grid. Then we've got Jay Hings, and of course a bit of a rewind here. Goodness me, we have got Jay Hings just coming down at the old back straight, then the Wellington straight, I should say, as he is going for it again. Of course, Jay Hings had a bit of a spin, didn't he, on his opening lap last time? So yes, take two here tonight in at Silverstone, and what am I doing here? As ALR take two then, as of course, Serious Russian get well soon, Duncan Dave and Racing Bulls will be the best team on the grid when they change their name. Laugh out loud, Nausea saying. I think they'll be the second best team, of course. Another customer team, by the sounds of it as well. Then a lot of I'm not sure if it's just the F1 YouTubers trying to make some smoke without fire here, but there's been a lot of grumbling about the AlphaTauri team moving next door to Red Bull. I must admit, personally, I'm not a fan of it either. I think that if Andretti are allowed into F1, then surely they have to also take a look at the AlphaTauri situation with Red Bull and also the Haas situation with Ferrari as well. But there you go. You can tell I'm a bit irked about this, about the F1 teams kicking up a stink about not allowing Andretti in, because I think it's cool to have Cadillac in as well, personally, because that's an incredible opportunity in of itself. I don't think that 20 drivers and 10 teams is enough for the premium of motorsport. Jay Hings just coming into turn 3. Where was I before I was rudely interrupted then? Game lies. England never looks this nice, and Moomin is saying it absolutely doesn't now. I've got to say though that make the most of it, because if you are living in the UK at the moment, it is absolutely cold as anything then. Goodness, I don't really know what colder than a cold thing, colder than an igloo maybe. But it's not as cold as in America, is it? And didn't like an NFL game get like called off the other day or something like that, because it was absolutely freezing. And I'm not sure if it was true or not, but someone's beer in the stand. I don't know where it was now. Unfortunately, I get lost in America, but I don't know where it was. But someone's beer was absolutely frozen. And bearing in mind that I don't know how long an NFL game is, but it's not that long, I can assure you. But that is absolutely incredible that it was actually frozen in the stands. It was ridiculously cold out there. Well, that would have been an awesome race then. Ask Liam. Yeah, then there's was that yesterday's race? Was it? Winnie has joined then, so good 17 there for Winnie. Of course, Winnie, I'm really interested to see what the young man can do there, Winnie, because I do feel that he did win the race last season, didn't he? And there's a lot of times where he was pretty darn quick. Then Jay Hings is fast, and talking to darn quick, then at 25.9, then right out of the gates there, Marsky, a former winner in ALR, that is gone at second fast. Then Sickers Mac, a tenth of a second slower than Marsky on medium tires. Keep an eye on that. Brooksy 5/10 of a second away from Sickers Mac with Vintage in the second. McLaren, nope, second Mercedes then is currently 6 fast at the moment. And Yellow Flag is fluttering at Stowe Corner, and something has gone a bit awry, I think, then, because there's Yellow Flag somewhere. Maybe there's a ghost. Kiki going second fast, and he's done a 26 flat, almost a 26 flat. Then he's got a license to thrill tonight in the form of a 007 then. Talking of which, when is the next James Bond film out then? I think, was it No Time to Die, wasn't it then? Goodness me, YouTube ain't gonna like me saying that. Maybe I should say unalive. That's what TikTokers do anyway. I do. Is that Dynamo Dan? I thought it was a bit floaty on the old rear of Chapel there. No Time to Die. I really enjoyed that James Bond film, and I was actually quite emotional then towards the end as well. No spoilers, by the way, if anyone hasn't watched it, which I'll be surprised if you haven't. Cockpit cam is decent. I used to use it, Knowles did, because I think Knowles was a part of the a cockpit. Goodness me, I've got to be careful here, aren't I? Goodness me, it was a part of a cockpit league. As Dynamo Dan going third fast in the Aston Martin, 26.9 then as well. So we got 3 drivers in the 26s, and sorry, 2 drivers in the 26s, then one driver in the 25s, and then the rest are in the 27s or lower. FIFA B for returning back to action this season as well. Of course, any long-time viewers of ALR would recognise FIFA B Beefy. Vintage has gone full fastest. Long-time viewers of ALR would recognise FIFA Beefy from the silver days, and it's great to see FIFA Beefy back in action as well. Then, as Brooksy goes third fastest, and make that fourth now because Dr. Truepot sent a reserve this season. Of course, in the Alpine, and he did have a couple of wins last season. He did win the first race of the season as well. Dr. Truepot said last season. However, unfortunately, there's a lot of races he missed as well, which is why he didn't get in the grid. Then, love the humming by the way from Swanshanks, and of course, really embracing the American theme in the Haas car as it comes into the pit lane now. Then here comes Yamakovic. I think that's it. I apologise profusely if I completely ruined your name there, my good sir. But it's his debut tonight then, and car free in the Mercedes-Benz AMG then accelerates out of the loop, which I don't think is called the loop to be honest, but I'm somewhere around that part of the track. Let me get on with the comments. Where was I? Cockpit is weird, especially on Gran Turismo 7 there. ALR used to have a Gran Turismo league. Then, of course, unfortunately, I don't think we had many wasn't interested in it really, were they? Which is such a shame really, because I was quite interested in Gran Turismo 7, albeit I've never actually bought it. I did buy I think it was Gran Turismo Sport or something. I got for my birthday a couple of years ago. It's all right. I must admit, I only played it because I want to play on some like classic circuits. I'm sure it was around the time when everyone was visiting like a Mugello and place like that, and I really want to have a go on those circuits. And back on board the Davidson now as he comes down the hangar straight. So once again, fingers crossed for Mushroom. And as we've also got cars. Hello, happy to have 4 times these. Thanks. Good luck, everyone. Bravo, fire emoji. Good stuff indeed there. Goku, good luck then. As Cat said, it's cold, lol. I'll bet you the Cat's actually a lot colder than us, to be fair. I think that we're only about a little, 1 degrees? And my goodness me, 200 seconds for Yamakovic. Fantastic lap so far, and that could be pole position on his debut for the Mercedes. And wow, Jay Hings there is, I think that might have ruffled some feathers in the Williams team tonight there. Good heavens above. I'd say that Jay Hings is not in a different postcode, is he? Goodness me. He's only like about a tenth of a second away. Here comes Mushroom there, going through Cop's corner. Then we have got Rocket Lee also making a debut tonight as well. He's on the medium tires, so Rocket Lee is, and he's about to get going in. Looks like he's going for another bite of cherry now, so stick with Mushroom and the beautiful pink and silver helmet design there. Of course, the skid lid he has got there to protect the old noggin there. Down the hangar straight then, and into Stowe corner. DRS was open before Cirrus Mushroom touches the brakes ever so slightly in Stowe. It's a very fast corner these days. And then into the very awkward final couple of corners, and to finish off the lap here in Silverstone. 12th fastest for Mushroom on medium compound tyres. 12 minutes to go in this session. Moomin just starting their lap as well, but we're going to stick with Rocket Lee for the minute as I got to continue on with me comments, I think it is, that Brabbit the point stealer then. Yes, indeed, as Brabbit lodged a complaint against Knowlesy, though, didn't he? And I think that Knowlesy has been demoted down to 11th. Goodness me. Shocking stuff indeed, that, isn't it? Of course, reported admin is absolutely disgraceful behaviour. My gosh. And to be honest, I did actually see the incident, to be fair. But to be honest, if Farf's involved, I always report him, because 9 times out of 10 it probably is Farf's fault. I haven't said that. I had a really good race yesterday. A really good race indeed. I was torn though, because I would have voted for Reflections for driver of the day, but Reflections had a penalty towards Deadman, which is why I think the reason why Smithy Almighty decided not to put him in the ranking, to be fair, which so very good eyes there from Smithy. That's what he does, the driver of the day, and I don't, because I don't really pay that much attention. Rocket Lee across the line, 12th fastest, also on medium tires as well, so we'll keep an eye on how that goes. Winnie, who is just tackling the Wellington straight then. Moomin coming into Stowe Bend then. As you can see, there's a bit of a brow there, isn't there, as we go over the crest there. And Mushroom do a quali then. Goku is saying minus 57 now, 10 feet from, 10 feet from his rear posterior. Moomin's done a 29 to start his journey as a full-time peddler in ALR Bronze. Good stuff indeed. If you might Mighty Ghost coming through Cop's Corner. We got Styles said, of course, a brilliant start to the season last season for Styles said. Hopefully he can replicate that. But all the way through the season in car 15, they're flicking it through now. Whilst we are minus 57 there with a windshield. Then is what Kaz is saying. And we have also got. Please don't hate me, Alex. I was going absolute for that point. There. To be fair, Bravitt got involved in a scuffle, didn't he? Otherwise, I think Bravitt would have been in the top 7, maybe top 8. Styles going 14th fastest in the Alpine car, or is it Alpine then? Watching winning, and of course, teammate Hingshead has done 1 lap so far and is currently on the front row of the grid. Winnie down in 16th. Let's see if he's got anything else. There's Smithfield Mighty done a 31 there. So Smithfield Mighty struggling for pace at the moment there with 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session. I'm wondering if any drivers, well, I don't think Smithy has to be fair, but I was going to say, I wonder if any drivers have filled up for a 2 bites of cherry. Kaz coming out on circuit as well. Hopefully he's got his furballs on there because it's quite nippy by the sides of it where Kaz is at the moment. Kiki starting his lap again on the Hamilton straight then before 1 and 2 then. Shame we don't have DRS on the Hamilton straight anymore instead there, but I think it was a Grosjean that had a almighty spin, didn't he? Quite scary spin indeed. Not as scary as what we had with Guan Yu Zhou in 2022, albeit it wasn't really a spin, unless it looked more like a Beyblade, didn't he, on his top there? Luckily, Guan Yu Zhou didn't have any injuries there. Of course, it just shows the modern strength, the strength of these modern Formula 1 cars is absolutely fantastic. It really is indeed. Yellow flag then in the middle sector. I think it's one of the Ferraris. I think it's Slayer just trying to build up to a lap. Dynamo Dan is crawling back into the pit lane now. Of course, it's a no knockout session. Brooksie's fastest there. 2/10 of a second improvement on Yamakovic. I'm trying to sound professional. It's not going well at all. Brooksy fastest at the moment. Now, of course, Brooksy a keen qualifier, and of course he has shown his class once again on 1 lap pace. Good stuff indeed there. Vesser, my bet is Jay Hings or Dr. Troops. Vesser saying, of course, Vesser, the driver who finished 3rd in the championship last season. And, of course, difficult start to his silver career last night there for Vesser, unfortunately. I think for New Patel as well. Sadly, the two the bronze drivers had a real difficulty last night. Kiki going 2nd fastest in the Alpine machine. Then we've got Williams there of Hings across the line and a 10th of a second improvement, but it's not enough. Yellow flags is fluttering in Cops. Jay Hings is 4th for the moment, then Brooksy pole position, then Kiki alongside him on row 1. Then of course the strategy is without any safety cars. It's quite a straightforward one stopper. You do not want damage in this race. If you get damage in this race, it's almost it's very difficult to get yourself back into this one. Swan Shanks in 15th at the moment there. Where am I going? I'm not sure, but where's Vintage going, to be honest? He's 9th at the moment, Vintage is, but he's doing a bit of grass cuts now. I think he's taken after Valtteri Bottas. Sick as mutt there also. Where is that? Goodness me. That is a pretty, well, I think that he's absolutely flown out of the pit lane now, and I think he's misjudged turn 1 and 2. So into the final couple of corners now then. Good, Kaz saying good luck. So I'll let you off this time. Knowles saying, and TK, the champ is here. And I don't think he means John Cena either. Slayer has gone 5th fastest. That'll be. I can't see John Cena. Slayer has gone 5th fastest there. Improved by the minutest of margins. Well, I think so. Anyway, I wasn't really paying attention to be honest. I was more concerned about my John Cena joke. And we got Jay Hings just come back into the garage. 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. What's Casal doing? Casal there just going over the ode. Is it the National Pit Straight now? Is that what it's called? I think so, isn't it? But that's the old start-finish straight in Silverstone back in yesteryear. I do prefer the old Silverstone layout personally, but that's just me because I'm a grumpy old man. Vintage is just coming to start as like then there's a Haas car I think out on circuit as well. I think it's sick as much. Just starts up as well. Casal has had a very good second sector by the looks of things there. Here is 67 now in the Red Bull machine there. We have got as we're just coming into the final couple of corners now. Scooby Stew, evening all then. I deserve it. It's Sean. I deserve it. Sean, it's okay. Laugh out loud. Alex, you are so gracious. Then yellow flag. Casal has slowed right down at the end there. That's very interesting. I'm not sure why, to be fair. Unless Well, if I hate to break the cuss out, but it's only one qualifying session. You've only got 18 minutes to get your grid slot. That may be costly there for Cassell. He's just got away of Cirrus Mushroom. He was vintage and on the national straight then, which is probably not the national straight, but I kind of make it up as I go along. Got another one to got another 1-2 in Nigel again. Come on then, far for saying that as knows he said he knows and first race and the first 1-2 of the season. And I think that's the first 1-2 on F1 2023 as well for ALR. Because I don't think we had a couple of 1-2s in the sprint race, I think, then with the Williams team, but I don't really count sprints as races, to be fair. And I'm sure we did have a couple of 1-2s for the Williams in the gold race as well, but I think that there's some penalties where otherwise I think Williams would have had. I think they would have had two 1-2s last season. Into the pits comes Vintage, and Vintage is done enough as he's probably going to come into the pits now, have a bit of a lavatory break then before we get onto the Grand Prix itself. Where am I? Oh, I'm in Silverstone. Six Mike out of final turn and seven fastest for Six Mike there to 10th per second. Not an improvement there for Six-Mike, unfortunately. That is such a shame for Six-Mike, because I'm trying to work out what a BBM pin is, to be fair. So just watching Slayer going over the national straight, then Cirrus Mushroom into 7th fastest now. Good stuff indeed there for Cirrus Mushroom. Chappers, hello lads, good evening to you, my good sir. I tried to give you a slipstream mushroom, not sure if it worked. For some reason, I wasn't full speed down the straight then. Wak Wang then Reaps and what's your BP? What's your BBM pin? Then I don't really know. Is that your blood pressure or something? I gotta say, I'm probably quite a high blood pressure. I think I'm an A minus or something like that. No, I can't score that high, unfortunately, on my blood test. Yellow flag is out then. What about Rocket Lee then? He's invalidated his time, so he's going to have to go around again. Here's Styles out of the final turn, then Styles going 10th faster than the Alpine. That's a very good time for Styles there. Good stuff indeed. We got a Ferrari coming across the line. It's not that Ferrari, it's a different Ferrari. I'm completely lost of now, but luckily I don't think anyone is finishing their lap just yet. What about Smithy? Actually, Smithy, who is coming down the hangar straight now. Look, all those cars. Goodness me, they're going to be tripping over each other because they have all decided to go out on the track at the same time. These Formula One drivers, they always complain that they get in each other's way, but they always decide to leave it till late, don't they? Before coming out on circuit. Shocking behaviour indeed. Smithy, much better time, has elevated himself to P11 on the grid there. So I think that is Mushroom into the pits and Six-Mike 8th, Cirrus Mushroom 7th, and I think Marsky is going to be very close then. Is he? Where's the time? I can't see the time then because there's a yellow flag fluttering in the breeze. 4, 3, he's done it. Goodness me, Marsky. Brooks is retired from the session. Can that be another pole position then? What about the Haas then, who comes across the line? And unfortunately, that second Haas of Swan Shinks does finish in 9th position there. What about Moomin? Moomin currently then is the slowest of the timer so far, but he's found 2 seconds and he's back to 11th. And Moomin then has a great time then towards the end of that session there. We got as our Ferrari Rocket Lead down in 17th position on his debut there. Unfortunately for Rocket Lead there, but I think he might be fairly happy with that performance. And remember, the points is in the race itself there, of course. Kiki, pole position for Kiki. He's found 2/10 of a second. Magnificent stuff indeed. Winnie across the line then, and Winnie stays in 19th fastest there. Aston Martin in the background, and unfortunately, Yamakovic has had an issue, and Jay Hinks is in the pits as well. Kiki carrying on pole position there. Slayer is also in the pits as well, and as is Dr. Truebots are all falling by the wayside here. Smithy there is in 13th faster. Marsky is down in 16th. Kaz is also coming in the pits as well. So it is Kiki taking pole position there for the first round of the season then, and Kiki, I think he only had 2 pole positions last season, didn't he? Which before season before he was flying on pole position. That's his 6th pole position of his career for Kiki. Magnificent stuff indeed. Let me just make note of that then, so that I don't forget tomorrow night. It is pole position number 1 for Kiki, and in the Alpine machine. A lovely jubbly indeed. Then hopefully that is not. Hopefully though for Kiki that is not a bad omen, because he seems to struggle from pole position, but. maybe it's a sign of things to come then, potentially. But Kiki, pole position then for the British Grand Prix. Man, what a way to start then for himself and for the Alpine team. Magnificent stuff indeed. He'll be overjoyed at that then. And yeah, that's a great start then. And Kiki's just having a lap of honour, to be honest, by the looks of things. He's all on his lonesome there on the circuit then. As to be honest, we should enjoy this moment, shouldn't we? There is Kiki there just driving over the grid hatches there whilst I turn my text to white because I cannot see if it's any other colour. Good stuff indeed there for Kiki. Let me carry on with the comments there. Bronze looking good, Equas saying, and Masalap, I soak, Serious Mushroom saying that, Slayer, geez, then a little annoyed with that invalidated lap, but I'm happy with that. Rocket Lisa saying that, making their debut tonight, good stuff indeed. Then Slayer, I couldn't have had a better lap in 5/10 off, and good luck all. I heard Newman is the F3 2020, the F1 at 2023 version of Max Verstappen. Reeves is saying that. Oh goodness me. If that is the case, then he kind of started in the right place, isn't he? More often than not, then. So, but Max Verstappen did start 11th one race, didn't he? And just absolutely breezed through. I think it was Belgium. So we could see a replay of that in the AlphaTauri, albeit he is in the wrong team. But never mind, close but no cigar. Great qualifying. Knowles here saying, and shocking lap by me, but still 28 laps to go then. If Max had extra chromosomes, then. But I think it's if you want to use Chrome, I would go to McLaren Mercedes. They're sponsored by Chrome. Or 26 laps. Moving and saying I can't remember. It is 26 laps. And good luck, Rocket. Slayer is saying don't forget to vote Becca for driver of the day then as well. Of course, she did good driver of the day in this race last season or the season before. I can't remember now. Goodness me. Of course, I think it's season 4 actually, wasn't it? We're going to blame Smith Almighty for putting Becca in the votes as well. Then, all right then. As here we go then for the start of the British Grand Prix. Bristol City against West Ham on tonight. Fantastic. However, we got a race to go first, haven't we? Before I hit the sack at about hopefully about 9 o'clock-ish, as I am absolutely shattered there. And unfortunately, my my landlord's coming tomorrow, so I better tidy up as well and get rid of my chocolate money. Right, we're just waiting for the drivers then to start this race then. And whilst we're waiting for the drivers, then we're going to take a quick short break. We'll be back very shortly.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Welcome back, everyone. I've got the sound on the qualifying. That's going to be annoying, isn't it? 26 laps and around the British Grand Prix. Let's go through the grid, shouting from front to back then. And all 3 types of tyres are being used in this event. And soft tyres for Marsky, he's going aggressive. Medium tyres for Casal, for Rocket Lee, for Vintage, for Cirrus Mushroom, Yamakovic, and of course Kiki. Then let's go for it. Kiki pole position for the 6th time in his career. Second on the grid is Brooksy with Yamakovic making his debut in the Mercedes in third position. Jay Higgs there, championship favourite from this ginger guy, but hopefully I haven't given the issues there. 4th position is Slayer there. 5th position is Slayer there. 6th position Dr. Truepots and Dynamo Dan in 7th. 8th position is Cirrus Mushroom. 9th is is Siggers Muck then. 10th position is of course Swanshanks. 11th is Moomin. 12th is Styles. 13th is Smithy Almighty with Vintage in 14th. 15th is FIFA Fifi with Marsky in 16th. 17th position is Rocket Lee. 18th is Kaz. 19th is Winnie and Casal in 20th position. Thank you very much, Nosy. And I read your comments as I was waffling away through the grid. We have got to German evening to my good sir. Then, of course, German disappointed race on Sunday. I'm wondering if I think it might have been a strategical error from German, if he doesn't mind me saying so. But hopefully he ain't going to lambast me in the comments now. That's just my opinion from this video. Right, also, Chump saying good luck all as well. It's a very fast kink into turn one, isn't there? Of course, we do normally see a couple of interesting developments there. Lovely shot from the nose gun here at Casal, who slowed on his qualifying lap there. Slowed on his qualifying lap there, so he come out the final turn then to start our lap, start our race in this one. And of course, we got a couple of drivers, and unfortunately, going over the grid slot then, as a very slow Dr. Truepots getting onto the line as well, as we are waiting for those 5 red lights to come on then. And I've got an itchy ear then. Where are we looking? Unfortunately, red lights are off, but unfortunately, I've got an that will do. Right, red lights are on, red lights are off. Safety car to start our journey then, and now is going to be a rolling start. And if anyone's watched IndyCar, so it was a bit like that basically. So yeah, we've got a rolling start then. So unfortunately, Bronze seems to have a couple of issues with the older sessions. I think it's Far's fault then, so we blame that then. If opening drivers will keep positions. And I hope we'll hopefully have a proper race start in a minute. Well, not a proper race start, it'll be a rolling start. And unfortunately, German, my pace was there for the win, so so promising. It just messed up the strategy. 17 races left by German is saying, Reeps, I'll put my mortgage on it. Crashing there. Reeps not got much faith in the AlphaTauri driver then. Reeps is saying as Farf loves a good glitch. He certainly does. Farfus, I'm going to be honest, Farfus had a dodgy session, and now a dodgy first session. He's had 2 bad sessions, Farfus, in a matter of two tonight. Thank goodness gracious me, 2 for 2 for Farf. As starts you mean to God, the Truepots illegally passed me. Slayer saying there. Unfortunately, if I think they repass each other now. To be honest, I don't know how anyone's made up any grid positions. Like the likes of Cars. Kaz is off the circuit. I think he's letting everyone through there, which is very unusual indeed there. As also Vintage, and they're swapping positions here. And of course, this is safety car conditions here. Yeah, we have had a glitch, but unfortunately, you kind of got to go with that because you can't overtake under a safety car. You just get penalties, and you just start your mean to go. Usual far flop. Cheers, lads. Vintage is saying as well, and as I think the Vintage not a happy chappy there, as he has lost 2 positions as well. Vintage has yeah, you're not meant to overtake under the safety car, are you? Unfortunately, as I've got an email. Reeps is subscribed. Thank you very much, Reeps, and I love it. Of course, very, very much appreciate that indeed. Hopefully, our target is to get to 600 subscribers in 19 weeks time, and that is our target. And that is going to be we're going to have a summer party if we get to 600 subscribers, and maybe I'll afford to turn the heater on as well. I hope the cars can turn the heater on because I think it's quite 57 now, boy, where cars is not. Goodness gracious me! And Tony Cars is into the pits now. Then so Cars is rolling the dice. He's coming into the pits now. He's on the hard tires. So we've got 1 lap beyond the safety car then. Well, this is interesting. So what's he going to do for strategy here tonight then? Because I must say, I reckon that. Do you reckon that some drivers might go on some mediums now? Kaz has gone on the medium tyres, and he might be able to go medium now to the end of the race. So maybe a Kaz, maybe a Winnie potentially. I wonder if I was thinking if anyone else might come in the pits, so no one else has come in the pits yet. So Kaz might have made a shrewd manoeuvre here, and potentially really thrown a curveball then. Very much throw a curveball into the wind then. Is that the saying? I'm not too sure then. As Farf is blaming Winnie for Jordan Lake then. as we got Slayer has now got a 5-second penalty for a collision with Dr. Truepots. That's not ideal. For some reason, they were swapping positions there. You're not meant to overtake under the safety car. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if there's some games going on or whatnot, but Slayer has got a 5-second penalty, which now Dr. Truepots has to let him through. Yeah, but unfortunately for Slayer, he's got a 5-second penalty, which is going to cost him later on in the race. And the safety cars out at the moment. Cars will catch up to the back of the field then. Formation glitch then have been the case at last 3 or 4 months. It does it randomly. George Morgan, Kaz, 100 IQ move, German is saying that. This sucks with that laugh out loud movement is saying, and Slayer saying that Dr. Truepots AI, get me a oh, yeah, the AI was ill. We have also got German. Medium is a decent strap from here. German is saying that. By the way, I called that before German did. So if anyone's screen recording that, make sure you put it in the paddock after the race, then, because I do know something about strategy. Not much, because I thought it's probably a. I'm surprised that more people did that. To be honest, I wouldn't have done it personally. Our safety car's still out, and if anyone wants to do that strategy now. Then goodness me, if any, well, I don't think there's no point now, is there? If you was on the hard tyres, potentially you could have come into the pits, gone to the medium now. Yeah, like Smithfield Mighty. Is anyone else coming to the pits? Casal? No, he isn't. Casal is as Kaz is back into the pits now. So Kaz is actually, I'm surprised by this, and so Kaz is coming back into the pits now, and it looks like he is now going to go on to the new set of medium softs. I think he's going back onto the hards, isn't he? Let's see. And the Alfa Romeo mechanics are in the pits now for the Canadian driver. What are they doing? He is back on the hard tyres head. I'm surprised. I thought he would have stayed on the mediums now and got medium to the end of the race then. So Kaz is not doing that. He is back on his old set of hard tyres. So it's only one hard set then for these drivers, I think. Oh, that's what I assume anyway. Only one set of hard tyres, and so Kaz is not doing what I suggested, which, to be fair, is quite a safe thing to do. However, German, the former champion, did mention it. So yes, if German's wrong, then we're all in trouble. Then. Right, safety car says that again because they pitted. Movement is saying. I think it's also due to distance as well, actually, because Kaz is, when Kaz catches up, I think the safety car will be in at the end of this lap then. Hopefully we'll be racing, hopefully, for the first time in bronze this season in just a jiffy, which will hopefully have a barn story. It's our first safety car of the season, technically. That's a far safety too. I'm sure we had a BSC, but I don't think we had a safety car. Which very good stuff indeed. No retirements at all in gold either, which is absolutely magnificent stuff indeed. Thank goodness for that mute button. Goodness gracious me, I had wind coming out here, down everywhere then. Right, safety cars. Yes, there it is. The safety car is in now. We're going to be racing once again. Sarah got a 5-second penalty. I think he's going to be feeling a bit aggrieved by that, and I don't blame him. The AI of Dr. Truepots has really cost Slayer here. And of course, Slayer there, who had a very difficult final couple of races last season as well. Then, of course, we clashed with drivers, so that's not ideal at all. Then, it's coming in. Far for saying, and we're about to go green for the first time here in Silverstone for round 1 of season 7 of the the Bronze Championship. Lovely shot from Kiki. Then, goodness me, that's a moody shot out of the final turn. Then we are racing lap 4 of this Grand Prix. Kiki leads 6 seconds in front of Brooks. A yellow flag in the background. What's happening in the back of the field then? I think that's just the safety car coming in the pits. Brooks' second, third position is Yamakovic then, of course, making their debut start. Then Hings in 4th position there. 5th is Slayer. Then 6th is Dr. Truepots, Grand Prix winner multiple times last season. Dynamo down there, a multiple Grand Prix winner as well in 7th position. Runner-up at the runner-up in season 6 or 5 of bronze a couple of seasons ago. Serious Mushroom in 8th position. Then it's the 2 Haas machines of 9th and 10th position. Can they recreate the 1-2 finish that they had in silver last night then for the American-based team then? Hopefully 3-minute countdown, and that'll be sick as fuck, and Swanshanks will be overjoyed with that result then. As I come up into Cops Corner for the first time, then hold on to your pants, everyone, as we fly through Cops Corner. Magnificent corner indeed, then, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. Quite easy in these ground effects cars. I think there's a little less downforce in that corner. Used to be a monster. But this part of the circuit's fantastic, isn't it? Kiki is not pulling away, though, from Brooksy, is he? Brooksy, of course, has been known with some incredible one-lap pace. Unfortunately, he was pipped to the post then, or fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you're rooting for in this one. Kiki did take advantage of it, but 7 seconds a second there all of a sudden. Smithy Almighty's got past Stars. Winnie has lost out to Casal in the back of the field as well. So there's a couple of position changes that are flying past me as Kiki has set the fast up the race. Goodness gracious me, they've taken off my mustache then. Over the grid hatch as well, and Kiki, Brooksy, Yamakovic, and all over the back now, and Brooks, and he's going this way. No, he isn't now. He's a bit too far back. I thought he was a lot closer than that then. However, I was probably misjudged by the camera then. Oh my word then, of course. So remember, Brooksy's on the harder tire. He's out of DRS though. DRS I don't think's available yet then. We've got another lap then before DRS is available. But that is crucial. Brooksy's out of DRS range. He is going to be very vulnerable now to the Mercedes. And Yamakovic could be a major factor in this race as well. This is debut tonight. There's Jay Hings and also on the hard tires there. Of course, the drivers behind on hard tires is Slayer, True Pots, Dynamo Dan, and of course Hings himself. But I worked there, medium tires for Mushroom and 6 months. Swanshanks looking much stronger this season. He's 10th at the moment. Swanshanks is there. Excuse me. It's like me and Nosy got the same cough, haven't we? Goodness me, did we share Christmas together? Whoa, it's Brooks, he's off the circuit there, he's come back on, and that is music to the ears or eyes. Rocket Lee's got a 3-second penalty to go side by side down into Stowe. Brooks is trying to hang on the inside there, and goodness me, they're very close indeed, but Yamakovic has taken the second position there from the McLaren driver. My word there, of course, I'm feeling very... Oh, it's Brooksy. I'm wondering if the tyres are screaming, I'm wondering if they're a bit hot then on this opening stage of this British Grand Prix. Lap 6. Got 20 laps to go in this race, and as we flick through turn 1 there, can Brooksy stabilise the tyre temperatures? Can Brooksy stabilise the driving style as well? Can he get back into a rhythm for Brooksy then, because he's now down in third position there. The top 2 drivers on the medium compound tyres at this moment there. We've also got medium tyres for Sirius Mushroom and 6 months, but they're not making too much inroads. And lovely shot from the helicam here. Oh, I'd hate to be in the helicopter because I'm scared of heights then, but luckily if I fell out, I would just only make a dent in the Silverstone circuit. Down the Wellington Straight into Luffield. Then look at the tyre marks then over the past 2 days. Brooksy again having issues getting on the power by the looks of things. That McLaren is not happy at all. I wonder if there's a setup issue for the McLaren Mercedes then, or maybe they just don't like the hard tyres at the moment for Brooksy then. And that is Sirius Mushroom there all over the gearbox of Dynamo Dan. There he goes and on board with Mushroom now. We've also got some more changes in the midfield as well. FIFA B being 14 in front of Stars and on there. So we go through Magnus and Beckers. This is where you lose a bit of get a bit of dirty air. Then of course dirty air is not meant to be apparent in these ground effect machines. However, I haven't said that, then it is still quite there, isn't it? I don't think I meant to say quite there, but let's go with the flow anyway. Mushroom, as soon as I move off him, he has taken 7th position. Passes Donovan down on the medium compound tires. Back at the front then, though he isn't, because going back to movement is now in the top 10. He passed the hasher. Contact there, and goodness me, they're getting very argy-bargy here. The elbows are out already in this season. Swanshanks braking much earlier then, and oh goodness me, unstable in the car. Lost 3 positions, unfortunately, that one there. Down into 11th position, down into 13th, I should say then. So that's disappointing indeed. That Yamakovic is now up into 2nd position, and he is flying. He is all over the back of a Kiki at the moment there. Kiki, then what's he going to do? What has he got? Lovely on board shot here from Kiki. One driver then who is surely one of the favourites for the championship, but we're only on round 1 out of 18 in this one there. Jay Hings, another driver then, who is also going to be very much in it to win it and this season. Certainly those 2 drivers could be going head to head as well. Looking very much forward to that over the course of the season. I cannot wait to see the story unfold. Yamakovic is all over the gearbox now, isn't it? Goodness me. This debutant is very much giving all kinds of problems to the established guard of the bronze class at the moment. We got True Pots all over the back of Slayer as well, as they've already come together in this one. And oh my word, down! I thought they was going to have an airplane crash. I thought the True Pots is going this way and that way. Slayer will not be deterred then. Oh, it's Trupot having to turn into the side there. He's lost momentum, and he's may have lost his chance to have a go down into Stone Bend here. Trupot, Kiki still leads opponent, winning the medium tires going to come to pits. Not yet then, we're not even into the pit window. I do not believe what's going on here. Oh my word, and Marsky, and look at that now, and it's on Smithy, he's up to 10th position now, Smithy, is that good stuff. And where is Marsky, dropping down to 12th position. Marsky, he's on the soft tires now, so I'm surprised Marsky didn't come in the pits when we had that unscheduled safety car, but Marsky has stayed up and is trying to really whip these soft tires as far as they can go on. I think they're probably screaming they've had enough fun in this race, I feel. And maybe it's time to go in the pits. What tire is going to go on the soft? Well, he could go on softs again, but I highly doubt that. And maybe on the mediums or the hard tires is going to be his options. One of his options, I feel. FIFA BP has now made his own third position. Swanshanks has unfortunately tumbled down the order in the last couple of laps or so. He was in the top 10. He's now down in 14th position now. Swanshanks struggling now, as is Marsky. Marsky has not got any defence whatsoever. Or has he now? Oh my word, there's a bit of cliff in there in left field. Marsky down into 13th position, and unfortunately I'm dribbling all over the place. Just because it's such an exciting race. Kiki leads 3/10 of seconds so far. Yamakovic and all of the gearbox of the Alpine now. Of course, Yamakovic a reserve driver at the moment there, but my word, that he is certainly giving some kind of attention to the bronze racers. And up the inside into Stowe, he takes the lead of the British Grand Prix, passes Kiki, passes one of the championship protagonists for the season. If you watch the review, that is, and Kiki is one of my picks, and my goodness me, that is not in the script there for the Alpine team, or for Kiki, or for Hinks, or Brooksy. Very interesting stuff then, how they're going to play this now then. Sick as Muck, who is not in the Aston Martin this year, he is in the Haas car, so that's going to throw me a spanner in the works, isn't it? It's a turn one now, without 9 of this race. I hope my word of mouth is done. Oh my word, I've stood back up again because Dynamo Dan had the Sickest Muck. Well, Sickest Muck's gone to the diffuser of Dynamo Dan, which I'm not even sure if that's PG, to be honest. My word, Dynamo Dan there is probably had a bit of a surprise there, and I'm thinking that Cirrus Mushroom might want to spring a surprise on Sickest Muck as well. Down the hangar straight, yellow flag, Stars that issues there. Oh, and he's off the circuit. And is that that's coming out of farm, isn't it? There's turn 5, 6, is somewhere in the Wellington Straight and the new complex of the circuit. And Styles, I'm not sure if he's got damage there. Police lost an abundance amount of time. Alpines are having a nightmare lap around. They have lost the lead with Kiki, and Styles has lost a lot of ground there. Down in 20th position there. Back in the front, Yamakovic leads there with Kiki in 2nd position there. They're now 2 seconds in front of Hings in the battle for 3rd position with Brooksy and Slayer 4th and 5th, followed by Dr. True Potts in at 6th. A 3-second gap between themselves and Dynamo Dan in the Aston Martin. Then we have Sickers Muck and Cirrus Mushroom, and there's a lot of Gaglet cars here, there, and everywhere at the moment. Does anyone go to, and talking of which, Sickers Muck is through, passes Dynamo Dan, and up into 7th position. Then the medium runners have all of a sudden started to stretch their legs. Oh my word! And through goes the FIFA BP, slams the door shut on the nose cone of Moomin Ninja, and up into 11th position there goes FIFA BP. Morsky still hanging it out on the soft tires. That's incredible. And Swanshanks, oh no, Swanshanks, it's a nightmare opening. Whoa, Ferrari has gone into the Swanshanks there. And unfortunately, Rocket Lee spun the car, and Swanshanks in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's trying to get himself back on circuit. Rocket Lee is in the Ferrari on the medium tires. It starts out just all over the gearbox now, but Rocket Lee and Swanshanks are having issues. We got a yellow flag there. What is happening then is something's gone awry around this part of the circuit. Stars has passed Rocket Lee, and Rocket Lee on his debut, and just having a bit of some struggles out there. But Rocket Lee is still in the race. There's still 16 laps to go, and anything can happen in the ALR, and it usually does. Hats off, folks, to David Thompson. Keeping on it. It's a difficult debut race. This Silverstone circuit is, because it's basically one strategy, isn't it? And it's safety cars is quite low in this on this circuit as well. You have to have a major offense for safety cars, so it's difficult to stick out this one. 3/10 second between Kiki and Yamakovic. Dr. Trupot taking Carsal's got a 3-second penalty. That is our first 3-second penalty of the season. Nope, that's our second 3-second penalty of the season. Dr. Trupot's all over the back of Slayer up the inside. Yes, he's done it. Pass at the front. No, he hasn't, because Slayer comes back at him, but not the True Pot. Giving him a squeeze on the apex. He is through into 5th position now. And my goodness me, I think that these two are going to have a war of words, I think, after this one, because my golly gosh there. They're not, I don't think that they're going to be sending each other birthday cards or Easter cards. Do you send Easter cards at Easter? I certainly don't. I don't even send anyone chocolate, to be fair, because usually it's all to myself. Yamakovic still leads, and of course this is a debut tonight. Moomin's got a 3-second penalty in 12th position. That's going to harm Moomin's chances of getting points in this one. Let's take stock. We're on lap 11 out of 26, and the full race update is this. Yamakovic leads on his debut then on medium tyres, and with Kiki second, and both drivers then will have to go into the pits in the not too distant future. Hings in third position. He is the highest runner on the hard tyres, and no one has stopped yet apart from Rocket Lee, who's coming to the pit, and Kaz comes to the pit earlier on the race, and Kaz potentially goes to the end of those hard tyres, but goodness me, they're going to be passed us out one day. Brooksy in 4th position. 5th is a True Pot with Slayer in 6th position, and Stickers about 3 seconds back in 7th. Dynamo down in 8th position. Serious pressure on the gearbox. Dynamo down in 9th. And and then Smithy Almighty completes the top 10. FIFA Beefy 5 seconds back in 11th position. 12th is Moomin, 3-second penalty. Marsky somehow still out there on soft tyres. That's absolutely incredible for Marsky. Very much Jensen Buttoness there, very much the tyre tickler. 14th position on medium tyres for Casal and Vintage there. 14th and 15th. Casal's a penalty. 16th is Kaz, who's the only driver to come to the pit apart from Rocket Lee. 17th is Swanshanks with winning 18th. Styles in 19th. Rocket Lee has pitted as well, down in 20th position there. Unfortunately for Rocket Lee on his debut as well. Then. And the other debut on is that Moomin is in the pits, and so Moomin is triggering pit stops here. And now then as he comes with Brooksy will have a good opportunity to overtake Jay Hings down into Brooklands here. Brooksy at Brooklands, it's almost written in the stars or on the circuit map potentially, but he's lost almost double the time that he was behind the Williams driver there. Having a look then, but no dice at the moment then. We'll keep an eye. That Windsor Straight is not long enough, is it? Down the Hanger Straight where we're going to probably be seeing a bit more overtaken then, and moving on the medium tyres now on lap 12. We are just come to half distance. We are not at half distance yet then, as there's the safety car, Burnt My Lander then, who decided to, his own accord, decided to come out there and have a Indy car style rolling start there, which certainly some drivers, of course, some drivers find surprised, certainly caught me by surprise as well. Not far in the road, it starts up for a standing start personally. Hopefully we get on the next game, to be honest, if we have a safety car, and then just throw it back in the pits and get a full standing start then. I love chaos. So Kiki, I'm going to look then down into Stowe corner, but at the moment it's in status quo. Who's going to blink first? And none of the top drivers are coming to the pits yet then. Moomin has gone to the pits then on the hard tyres. He has now gone to mediums. They might struggle towards the end there for Moomin, but the undercut was pretty... Oh, and dropped to True Pot's a 5-second penalty, and the undercut is quite powerful here. Mushroom in the pits as well. The undercut is quite powerful around here. We've seen how good it was on Sunday, didn't we? As into the pits now comes, I think it was Keza, wasn't it, that came in the pits and triggered them all off first. And also in the pits is the Alpha Tower of Cirrus Mushroom as well. We've also got Marsk in the pits and Kaz coming in the pits as well from the hard tires. Now he'll be back on the medium surely for Kaz. Unfortunately, that 5-second penalty is going to cost the Canadian driver. He comes into the pits now. This is a longer pit entry, this one is, and that is why one-stop strategy is normally the way to go. More often than not then, isn't it? Because it is the longest pit lane in terms of time, I believe, isn't it? Or it feels like one of the longest out there. In terms of length, well, I think that is Brazil, isn't it, there? From the top of the hill to the bottom, that is the longest in terms of length. In terms of time, I'm sure it's Silverstone, but no one's ever said I was wrong, but no one's ever said I was right either. But of course, I'm going to take the positives here because I'm a positive Pete. Yamakovic there still fending off Kiki. My word there, he's caused the cucumber out in front of him, but here comes Kiki now. He's going for it. He's having a look. He breezes past with the DRS, the drag reduction system, takes the lead here in Silverstone. What is Yamakovic going to do now? Are they going to come into the pits? No! They have stayed out and they have very much duped me. I thought they was going to come into the pits. Hings is in the pits, though. He's on the hard tyre. Goodness gracious me. So into the pits now comes Jay Hings then. And that is interesting. Slayer's in the pits as well. That's going to hurt Slayer because he's got a 5-second penalty as well for the misdemeanor on the opening lap, there was a misdemeanor for Slayer, was it? Unfortunately, it was the issues with the AI, unfortunately. Keep your comments coming in, ladies and gents, and of course, thank you very much for giving up your Tuesday evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, or even morning then as well. Of course, of watching ALR, so fantastic stuff indeed then. Really is indeed. And of course, Tuesday night. What is Tuesday night for tea? Usually, I used to have like waffles and sausage for tea on Tuesdays. These days, it's just a ham and cheese roll, to be honest. I don't have much time for anything else on Tuesdays. Kiki coming out of, where were we on circuit there as I was kind of looking down before looking back up. Yes, we're coming into Cops Corner now. So where, I hear you ask them, where is Slayer? Slayer's down in 15th with that 5-second run. He's lost out to Serious Mushroom. Mushroom has got a 3-second gap, but True Pot's all over the back of no, he isn't. He's past Winnie up into 11th position now. True Pot is. He does have a 5-second penalty there, but he is flying out there at the moment. True Pot is. He does need a lot of harvesting though, but it looks of things. That Red Bull was flashing there. Is oh goodness me, we've had a change for position there in the lead then, and Yamakovic is back in the lead then. I think, and now Kiki's had enough. He's into the pits now, and let's see then what the Alpine mechanics are going to perform in the pit lane. They are very good. These pit lane mechanics are so good these days. I mean, choreography at its very best, and isn't it? Very good stuff indeed. Then I wonder if a lot of them used to be the backup dancers for Britney Spears and steps when the choreography was a thing, wasn't it? Back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Brooks into the pits now. So there's Kiki also already in and out, shaking all about into the pits because of the McLaren team, and now Brooksy then also on the medium tire as well as he is trending out of the pit lane. Kiki on the hard tires, of course. So Diamond Dan has now accelerated himself up into a third position and on the podium so far for Diamond Dan. FIFA in the pits as well. He's had enough of those hard tires. Now onto the medium tires. Very much straightforward this strategy is here in Silverstone. Unless there's a safety car, that really throws the spanner in the works, then for the strategy, it's usually a straightforward strategy around here, isn't it? A one-stopper, as we mentioned, the pit lane is far too long. You lose too much time, don't you? And hats off to the bronze drivers. Then no pits and quits then, and and of course no retirements either. Of course, there was quite a few pits and quits last night, wasn't there? I think there's a lot of rear wing damage as well then, because if you do go off in the big way around here, and the rear wings are probably quite susceptible with the speed you go around some of these corners. And Winnie now down in 20th position there. Winnie is down. He's fighting back out with Swanshanks and Rocket Lee in the battle for 18th, 19th and 20th as the drivers has had as Styles has lost out then as Rocket Lee's got a 3-second penalty. Serious rush about the inside through Cops, yellow flag. Rocket Lee has had a spin down the Wellington straight there for the Ferrari. I wonder if it got a bit too close there. Sickers Merck and Dynamo down the comes to the pits, but Sickers Merck has got a 5-second penalty. A 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. Donald down in the pits as well. So Yamakovic stayed out. I'm wondering if the Mercedes driver was thinking about going on the soft tires. Remember what Gurman did on Sunday? I thought it was the wrong decision. It felt like the wrong decision after the race as well, personally. But I do think that one of Gurman there, if he could rerun the race, do you think he would have stuck to the medium to the hard strategy potentially? Well, Yamakovic may be doing the same thing here, along with Cassel and with Vince as well. So Kiki will have a major undercut here. He's on the hard tires. Jay Hings there, a bit like the former Williams world champion from last season in the former Percy. I think that he's doing a similar strategy now, isn't he, to Lucas Percy, isn't he? There is Jay Hings is going to be a major thorn in the side then. I think later on in this race, potentially he could be on for a win, maybe. I'm not too sure yet. Siggers Merck has gone soft tyres here. That's I'm surprised at this, seeing the soft tyres at this stage. And I don't think the soft tyres are going to get to the end, or they're not going to get to the end competitively. I think, yes, the fuel load will have gone down quite dramatically compared to the start of the race when Marsk was on the soft tyre. But I do feel that the soft tyres, it's not a very good race tyre around here tonight. And I feel as Rocket Lee's in the pits, unfortunately, having a couple of issues. And into the pits, there comes our race leader, Yamakovic, and Wallace. He's on the soft tyres. Goodness me, maybe I am wrong. And now the pits, now comes the Mercedes driver, and Casal and Vintage are also in the pits as well. My golly gosh, and where is Kiki? I hear you ask, and there he is, coming down the Hamilton straight now. It is going to be quite tight, is it? It's actually, I mean, wow, that's incredible. I thought that there was going to be a bigger gap than that. Oh, wait, Kiki's up there in turn 3. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong blue car. But still, that is good. Still, he is very much, Yamakovic is still in the facility here. And that is incredible indeed. That Boom's got another 3-second penalty. That's going to be costly. Brooksy out as well. Sickles Muck in second position there. I may have called this completely wrong potentially here. And whoa! And Dr. True Potter did not want to be overtaken by the Mercedes. Extreme defending there from Dr. True Potter. But as long as you have one defensive maneuver on the straight, it's all fine and dandy. But my goodness me, I'm going to have to change my pants after that. I'm not sure about Yamakovic as well. So that's certainly cool. Me by surprise there. Caught me by surprise. Going from Cops Corner, and now Brooksy is also on the ascendancy as well of Dr. Trupos as we flick it in through Maggots, Cops, and Beckett's. Now that Kiki Force 3.5 seconds in front of Jay Hingso. Jay Hingso is under the caution now from here he is, and Yamakovic. My goodness me, the man, the driver is going to driver saves going to be on everyone's lips by the end of this one. An incredible start to his ALR career. Magnificent indeed. Brooks has got a 3-second penalty. The penalty is starting to rein in now. We're just under 10 laps to go in this British Grand Prix. A tough start to the championship this race. This is usually, whoa, that's Rocket Lee's nominations there. Brooks set the fast on the race and starts got a 3-second penalty. Yellow flag in the final turn, and I think that might have been Rocket Lee's but it's a tough race this one is there to come into on after not racing for several weeks or so, isn't it? This race is usually smack bang in the middle of the season where you're very much in the river, so it's a tough ass this one is there, isn't it? Of course, where you're very much on the power quite a lot of the time, and it's a fast-flowing circuit as well. It's technically demanding, it's physically demanding, and it's everything else demanding as well, which I cannot think of a word. But let's make it ethically demanding circuit. That would do me so far. 20 drivers still running left in this race on lap 18 out of 26 there. Of course, thank you very much then for giving up your Tuesday nights as well for us. It's been a magnificent race. Dr. Trupot's got another 3-second penalty. That is 11 seconds now for Dr. Trupot, 8 seconds for Sickles Muck. Those penalties is going to help Slayer, Serious Mushroom, Smithy Almighty, Donovan Dan just on the verge, and maybe even People on his return as well. Could be getting some points at a great battle here between Winnie, Kaz, and Swanshanks here. Swanshanks and Jay Hinks. That's unusual there for Jay Hinks. Goodness gracious me. Doesn't normally get penalties, but that is a major blow for Hinks. And potentially that is going to be very costly indeed. Kiki currently now leading this Grand Prix Vintage, has dropped down into 14th position on the soft tyres there as well. I really dismissed the soft tyres, didn't I? But there's a lot of drivers out there that is hanging on to the soft tyres. I'm surprised, to be fair, but I probably shouldn't be, should I, to be fair? Because the drivers know more about this game than I know more about food, which is probably a big lie, because food is very much the gift of life for me. Which, I can't believe I'm saying this, but there's already Easter eggs in the shops as well. I've already had one Easter egg this year. I decided to have a little one, so technically it's not cheating, is it? It's just getting an appetite then for those Easter eggs for later on in the year. Lap 19 out of 26. Now, no, all 20 drivers still running in this race. Then it's been a very much a barnstorming of a race, hasn't it? And Smithy Almighty and McLaren are looking very strong at the moment, and they will look at the penalties later on in the. Well, I think we should look at the penalties now, to be fair, because I think it's going to be very crucial in this race. And look, King, Brooksy, Dr. Jukebox, Sickles Muck all got penalties. Jay Hinks is lost out now. Because look, Brooksy is through in number 2 third position. Jay Hinks is struggling on pace there by the looks of things. Brooksy, who's gone well off the circuit there, is Stowe. I think he got away with that one there, didn't he? And look at this. Serious Mushroom there is going to be feeling a bit of a sinking feeling here, because here comes Slayer then on the inside. But Serious Mushroom repels the attack and up into 7th position. Good defending there from the Mushroom. Of course, he is only 9/8 races away from 200 races in ALR in his all-time career. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Super Mighty, and I think that's for Serious Mushroom, and it is also and of course that is also that's race in a row as well. Serious Mushroom has not missed a single race at all in his career in ALR, which is fantastic. Moonman's got a 5-second penalty, unfortunately. Driver of the day is out. let me lean forward and see who has got the who has been given the vote of confidence there from the new bronze admin, which is Far. Of course, so of course, if you impress Far, then he's a very much he's a tough cookie, Far. So if you get in the draw today, because Far likes it, then you must have earned it. I can't see it at the moment. Great. Right, Kiki leads. And second is Yamakovic. Said, I don't turn this contraption on. Smithy, yellow flag is out there. It's a Ferrari. Then I thought it was Slayer. It's Rocket League having a nightmare debut then. So that's not ideal at all for Rocket League. However, of course, a lot of the greats and good drivers have had nightmare debuts over the years, haven't they? And have gone on to do great and wonderful things. And other drivers who've scored points in their debuts, like Danny Fiat, unfortunately no longer drive for F1 anymore. So maybe Rocket League can take solace from what has been a difficult race. But as I've already mentioned, it's a very difficult race to start the season, isn't it? It's a brutal race to start the season as well. You can't really, you come into this race and it's a brutal one indeed. Driver of the day, FIFA, Smithy, Kiki and Marski. Get your votes in now then for Driver of the day. Smithy and Kiki, 50% so far, and of course keep those votes coming in, ladies and gents, as it brings quite a lot to the drivers to get Driver of the day, doesn't it? So we do also have a lot of disagreements, don't we, about Driver of the day as well. So yes, keep those votes coming in, it's important. Yamakovic is flying out there again, then look at that, he's getting it to under a second now. Maybe basically what this race has told me and everyone else here tonight is that I have no idea about strategy, do I? I dismiss the soft tyres to my peril, and look at what Yamakovic can do. Absolutely flying on those soft tyres. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe German actually did have the right strategy, just on the wrong day in history potentially. Watching a vintage now, who is another driver on those soft tyres as well. Casal on the soft tyres in front of us as well. Marsky, who started on the soft and went to the medium until the end of this race. And Serious Special, Smith, Almighty and Slayer very close together. I'm wondering if those guys might use each other now to slipstream. No, they're not, because they're still swapping position there, because now Slayer is up into 8th position there and past the Serious Special. They up in front. We do have a couple of drivers with penalties. And Marsky is down into 13th now, because up into 12th goes Casal. 4 laps to go in this race. Driver of the day folks, keep on coming in, ladies and gents. 50-50 at the moment. That used to be a show, didn't it, on ITV? I remember watching it after school. 50-50. If it was a quiz, I wasn't very good at it. Jay Hings, who's at the moment on 3-second penalty. Movement's got another penalty. Movement's up into 17 seconds penalties, unfortunately. Dodge True-Pot's got 3-second penalty, 8 seconds for Stickers Mug and Kaz. 6 seconds for Rocket Lee, 3 seconds for Yamakovic, for Brooksy, for Hings, for Styles, and for Casal. So there could be a lot of tears at the end of this one then. So Kiki does not have any penalties at all, but the question is, how many warnings has he got then? And there is Kiki at the moment, and he's leading this race, and he is on the hard tyres, and that's 2 steps harder than the soft compound tyres that Yamakovic is on at the moment. Go for fastest lap, Moomin is saying this. Moomin, he's just done it there, goodness me. It looks like Nosey read his mind there. Moomin now up into, now got a point now. Whoa, Kiki has had a stab of oversteer, and now here comes Yamakovic up the inside, passes Kiki, takes the lead of the British Grand Prix, but the butts are out for ashtrays. But in this race, it's not for ashtrays. It is about the race win. Yamakovic needs to find 3 seconds over Kiki. Has he got the tire performance left in this race? Is the question on my mind. Is the question on Kiki's mind. Is the question on everyone else's mind. I'm sure. Unless, of course, you're watching the ITV drama, then maybe you've got a different question on your mind. Yamakovic leads up with 3 seconds in the gap. Kiki second, Brooksy third. Fourth is Jay Hings. It's all over the back of Brooksy. There they are in the background. True Potts in 5th position, but I feel that True Potts is going to struggle to get any points then. Siggers Muck in 6th, then with Smithy, Slayer, and Mushroom 7th, 8th, and 9th, and Dynamo down in 10th position, and with FIFA in 11th there. 12th is Casal and Marsky and Vintage, 13th and 14th. Swanshanks in 15th, with Winnie, Styles, Kaz, Newman, and Rocket Lead, and 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. Never mind, he was well ahead of me. As Knowles, he was saying. second now between Yamakovic and Kiki. Then, goodness me, I think that I'm absolutely impressed. I am dumbfounded. I'm impressed. This is incredible stuff indeed there for the Mercedes driver. 1.2 seconds the gap is at the moment there. Has basically thrown caution to the wind there, got on a tire strategy, and Rocket Lee has now got fast laps running, and that is the beauty about this fastest lap point now. I must admit, I was a bit, I raised my eyebrow a bit to the past that point, but it's certainly in real world of Formula One, of course, and of course in ALR as well. But I think that it gives drivers who have had a nightmare race like Rocket League, moving Kaz, Stars, and Winnie a chance to get some points in this race, and they are now fighting. They're now basically qualifying at the back of the field and trying to get that point. And that point is crucial, very much crucial in terms of the Constructors' Championship and the drivers, and don't forget the joint constructors as well, which has been a very good week there for the Haas team. At the moment tonight, then it's not looking too fruitful for the Haas. Unfortunately, Sikkersmuck has got a second row of penalties. Swanshanks is 18 seconds away from Vintage in the second Haas. Styles and Kaz have swapped positions down the Wellington straight there. Here is Yamakovic now. It is currently 1.3 seconds that the gap is. Into the pits comes Styles, and with just 3 laps to go, I think that Styles is going to throw on a new set of boots there and go for fast lap as well. Where's Kaz? Apparently Kaz is very much alongside him there. Kaz is up there, and I think his transponders on the blink, so we'll leave him to it, I think, on this one. At 24. My goodness gracious me. Dodge Troopot's got no penalty there. That's 14 seconds worth of penalties there. I can't see him staying in the points now, unfortunately, which means that it's going to be 2 Aston Martins in the points. However, Casal might have something to say about that, and there is Casal as this race is now winding down to the end of the race. And look, there's a lot of horses for Fifi, and Casal on the soft tires. Is going to be pushing to keep in front of Fifi. I think that Casal does have an outside chance of points here. He's going, as you can see, the car is very movable under the rear of Casal there, isn't he? As goodness me, it feels like a bit of buckaroo there for that Red Bull. Yamakovic leads by a second and a half from Kiki. With Brooksy, remember, Brooksy has 3 seconds of penalties, as does Jay Higgs as well. Jukebox, 14 seconds, 8 seconds for Sikkersmuck. Slayer and Smithy Almighty are now within 2 seconds of those gaggle of cars then. I think that the podium is out of contention for Smithy and Slayer and Serious Mushroom, but I think big points is very much on the on the board there. Smithy 57% of the vote so far, 43% for Kiki, and that is the driver of the day vote at the moment. Kiki votes coming in. The driver of the day vote is open right up until the almost to the end of the race there, and there's Kiki just in front, and the gap is at 1.7 seconds, like 25 out of 26 here in this one. The gap is a second and a half between Kiki and himself, and potentially getting his third Grand Prix win of his career, or is it his fourth? I'm going to have to get out the old stat book in a minute, I think that. And there's a lot of horsing from Brooksy as Jay Hings and Brooksy are going head to head, wheel to wheel down the back straight, as Jay Hings had a horrific run off a stove there. So that has not helped him at all, has it, there for Jay Hings there. Lap 26 of this enthralling British Grand Prix. All 20 cars are still in this race there. We had an IndyCar style rolling start, and 3 laps of the safety car, which was rather interesting. Apart from that, though, the driving has been almost peerless. It's been incredible. That'll do. It's been magnificent, the driving has tonight. There's been a couple of skirmishes, but apart from that, it has been very fine and dandy there. No severe incidents as far as I'm aware, unless I've completely forgotten something, which potentially could be the case. Gosh. I've got a real bad indigestion again. I don't know what it is, but I've got a real bad indigestion. It's because I wolfed down a big packet of fridge raiders on Sunday morning, which was a very silly thing to do. I've got the munchies around 9 o'clock in the morning. Right, so Yamakovic, enough about my appalling eating habits. Yamakovic, I thought he was off the circuit there, as the gap is 1.7 seconds there. At the moment, though, Kiki is the driver that is on course here to win his 3rd Grand Prix of his career. Brooksy and Hings is going side by side. Contact, they touch. touch. They touch. But I think they will have to leave them to it, unfortunately. As no, Brooksy's through again. And Brooksy's through and into third position potentially. Kiki wins the British Grand Prix. And Brooksy has gone over in style in third position. Kiki is the three-time Grand Prix winner in ALR Bronze now. And that opens his account very nicely indeed. That as a great performance there. Slayer finishes fifth in the end there. I wonder what Slayer could have had then without that 5-second penalty. He does finish 10 seconds behind Jay Hings, but I think that 5-second penalty did put him in the pack. But Kiki, a Grand Prix winner again, then he is now a three-time Grand Prix winner, and he wins the British Grand Prix. And what a start for Kiki! Remember the second half of the season, he was. The second half of the season, he was pretty inferior, pretty incredible, wasn't he? I'm making up words as I go along. But I gotta say, this is a good start for Kiki. He wins the British Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff indeed. So just finished off the remainder of the classification, and all 20 drivers have finished this race. There's a lot of penalties in this one, unfortunately. I think there's a 6 month mentioned about his penalty. Unfortunately, Dr. Trupot's just about salvaging the point, gets in front of FIFA Beefy, finishes 11th there, unfortunately. Unfortunately for FIFA Beefy, Marsky finishes 12th and Casal in 13th there. And then looking at the Stars finishes the race down in 18th. And there's Kiki just crawling into the stove then, and Kiki then taking the applause and from the British fans, from the British public. Fantastic indeed, chappers. Good stuff, Zeros Mushroom. And also, whoa, is Kiki there slipping and sliding there on the podium. Magnificent stuff indeed. Then, as we're going to take a final look at the classification for what was a very good British Grand Prix, I must say indeed, and that's a perfect start for Kiki in his championship campaign. And I think that Alpine are going to be overjoyed. And Alpine have got a rich history in bronze, I must say. They won the Constructors' Championship in Season 5, didn't they? And they did start strong last season. They only finished 5th in the end, didn't they? But Alpine looking strong again this season, I think, under the leadership of Kiki. Good stuff indeed. Then, right, let's take a final look at the classification from the British Grand Prix. And what a race it was! And Kiki won the race there from pole position to checkered flag. Then it sounded simple, but it was anything but the debutant tonight. Then Yamakovic, fantastic drive to second today. My word, then he was absolutely magnificent in second. But Brooks, he third, that 3-second penalty in the end, but he still got third, and that's still good points in the accounts then. Jay Hings in fourth, Slayer in fifth position, Smith Almighty, I think, has got driver of the day with 57% of the vote there. Great drive from 13th to 6th, and Sugar, I've only got 5 seconds. And then Serious Mushroom, Dynamo Dan, Sickers Mike, and Dr. Trupots completes the top 10. Fast Up goes to winning as well. And there's the other classification, and whilst I've been waffling on. And drivers are now in the commentary box with me, and let's quickly have a chat to them, shall we? And let's start off with the 3-time Grand Prix winner, Kiki. And Kiki, what a way to start off your championship campaign. Pole position, Grand Prix win, sorted.
Well, the start wasn't the best, was it, with a safety car? That was annoying. So I thought we were going to get a restart then. But then, is it Yamakovic, whatever he's called? He's fast.
He certainly is. Goodness gracious me. We'll come to Yamakovic in a minute, but before we do so, that safety car start, and of course we're a bit of an Indy star, a rolling start. I must admit, I thought with you being on pole position that might have been perfect then, or did you feel that actually hindered you?
Well, I thought I might have got a better start than Brooksy on the hards. I was on the mediums. But obviously the safety car came out, and yeah, it's just annoying.
Was it because we also had an issue with the cockpit cam as well, didn't we, really, which was very confusing there as well. But I'll blame Fire from that one, shocking behaviour, Fire. But let's go on to the positive, shall we? A great battle, you and Yamakovic head to head throughout the whole of the race. That was an absolute, it was an absolute pleasure to commentate on that. That was fantastic. But for yourself, getting maximum points from the opening race, almost without fast lap, but getting maximum points then from this opening race, then that is perfect. And what was a very tough start to the season in Britain.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kiki.
Who's talking, me or Yamakovic?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, it was a good race. Obviously, we were going back and forth. I pitted for the hards. He pitted for the softs. And I thought his softs was going to drop off at the end, but he just kept on leaving me.
And you did come in the pits a couple of laps earlier as well, going for the undercut. Did you, of course, with that penalty end, then it didn't make much of a difference. But did you feel that without that penalty, that Yamakovic could have won today, or was you just pacing yourself?
No, he would have won without the penalty.
That's very honest of you. I would have said no. But very good stuff indeed. But now you go on to the next race in Austria then. Of course, it's a mixed-up calendar this year. So how does that play to the strengths of yourself, or is it a bit of a weakness? And how are you feeling going to the next race in Austria?
Well, last season in Austria, I think Mike came second in the sprint and third in the race. But it doesn't bother me with the calendar.
Easy come, easy go. That's fantastic. And no sprint this year though. So in Austria then. But does that bother you either without the sprints?
No, I'm not too bothered.
As cool as a cucumber, I love it. Well done today, Kiki. That's your third Grand Prix win of bronze and a superb start to the season. And congratulations out to win the British Grand Prix. Yamakovic, I must apologise if I've completely ruined your name throughout that stream, but what a debut! I must say that you turned up there, you put it in the, I think you put it in the top 3 of the grid, and you very much pushed one of the elite stars in bronze all the way to the checkered flag then. That's a good day's work, I would say.
I might say Kiki drove a fantastic race for viewers. Hard wasn't easy for me because I must say that Kiki is a hell of a driver because at my softs my first pit stop and only pit stop I go out in the soft, but I was thinking that I will do a bit, or I will do a little bit, how to say, I will be a little bit faster, but I couldn't make it because Kiki couldn't allow me. So basically, this is his deserved win. Unfortunately for it's racing, you know. But I want to congratulate once more to Brooksay also on his third place. So basically, if I can say in my defense, this is my second race on PlayStation. I am PC driver, so I'm very happy with this result.
Oh my goodness me, only your second race, good gosh. So the only way is up. And I was, shockingly, I was questioning your going onto soft tyres then, but just shows how wrong I am. But do you think then, that was the correct strategy to go on? It seemed like the correct strategy to go on because you did struggle by the sounds of it on the hard tyres.
Good question, Ginger. I was thinking that I will be a little faster. I will take advantage of that soft, but that wasn't the case. Maybe I made a mistake with the strategy, but I decided at the start of the race, I saw a safety car and 3 laps medium. I preserved 3 laps medium, so that's kind of this, how to say, it was deciding at the beginning of the race when the SC came out, and I was trying Ginger, but once more Kiki drove a fantastic race.
He certainly did, but I think he drove a superb race as well. A great second today, Yamakovic. It's been an absolute pleasure. I love it. I hope I see you again next week. I'm not sure the bronze drivers will see you next week, though. Goodness me. You were absolutely flying today. Well done today, my goodness. Let's come to Brooksy, who finished third today. Brooksy, you and Jay Hinks had an absolute incredible squabble towards the end of that race there. Is that you came across the finish line sideways towards the end there. It's all about styles points there. But what was your overall thoughts about this race?
Boring. Nah, it was alright to be fair. Me and Jake were just trying to catch the front two, but that Kiki's just too quick. And this this reserve as well, he's quite quick as well. So we just thought we'd have our own little battle at the end. And yeah, that was it really.
Was that because of the strategy? Because I was saying in the program, the live program, that it's kind of just like a one-stop strategy, really, isn't it? I was just thinking it's going to be mediums to hard tires. Of course, we did have a couple of softs out there towards the end, then. But do you think the strategy is too straightforward here in Silverstone?
Yeah, because originally it starts on hard anyway, but by lap 7, 8 maybe, I was just sliding everywhere. So I think the mediums would have been the better strategy to go on, medium hard like Kiki. But the softs were quite quick as well. Just unfortunately got a penalty.
And towards the end of qualified, if I remember rightly, it was very close between yourself and Kiki. Did you get? I don't think you got that final lap, and did you? Did you make a mistake on that final lap that cost you pole position today?
Yeah, I cut turn 1. I kind of thought I'd give a little bit, but yeah, I cut turn 1 and then it was all over then because I kind of knew Kiki was gonna get better. So he's been practicing, bless him. So obviously practice makes perfect. So fair play to him.
And then, of course, you did get some points on the board today. Very important. And of course, there's only 18 races in this championship, but this is a decent start, then, isn't it, to really gain the momentum going into Austria? Then, how are you feeling then for the remainder of the season with getting this podium?
Should be alright as long as just consistency was the key. That's all it is. Like I said last season, it's just a consistency. If I can get it, I should be alright. Should be fine. Don't get into no mess, and I might be up there. Who knows?
We hope so, because it's going to be a ding-dong battle. Fantastic stuff. Well done to all you guys today. Kiki is third Grand Prix winner of his career. Then Yamakovic burst onto the scene. Incredible, didn't he? Incredible stuff out for Yamakovic. Brooks got a podium, which I think is going to be quite critical later on in this championship. Jay Hings fourth today as well. That is Jay Hings and Brooks on a good old ding-dong there towards the end of that one. And that's going to be it then from gold, silver, and bronze. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then tomorrow is the realistic performance and making a return after a season away that knows is going to take you through what is going to be an absolute marathon of a Grand Prix. I cannot wait for that then. Join Nosey tomorrow then, as it is going to be good. But I'm now going to hibernate until Sunday, but I'll see you for gold in round 2 in Austria.